Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub. Today I'm going to review the Mezco 112 Collective Holiday Gomez. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel, hitting that notification bell. Also, check out our Instagram page. So as I mentioned before, this is the Mezco 112 Collective Holiday Gomez. You might see that it comes in a bit of a shoebox shaped box, and it comes with this kind of tissue paper wrapping around the box, and I don't think I've ever seen Mezco do that. Maybe it's just something they're doing for the holidays, or I'm really not sure. But inside you have this nice white box with this spot varnished bow. It also has an empty tag, so you could actually put someone's name on it. Oh, that's actually really cool. The pattern goes around like a cross to make it like it's a real bow, and then on the bottom, of course, you have some of the warnings as well as the Mezco exclusive sticker. So opening up the box, you have the figures. It's the Gomez grub and then the additional Gomez head, as well as the two gifts, and then you also have the accessories underneath. So here's Gomez grub and the boom box, and of course there are other accessories, but first impressions out of the box, man, it is a pretty impressive figure. As far as Mezco figures go, it has probably the best articulation that I've ever experienced, and because of the fact that the clothes are much more loose fitting, but like, I don't know, I mean, it just seems like, I mean, you can get to his thigh swivel a lot easier, which is pretty uncommon, his bicep swivel, all that. It's just really good, but probably the most impressive is how far he can look down, which is like he can look straight up down at the ground. Oh, and oops, he can look up about this far. So like, I mean, if you wanted to make believe and Gomez was flying or something, he would actually look pretty appropriate. I'm kind of surprised at how good the articulation is. I guess it makes sense because he's kind of like the mascot of the company, but still. As far as grub goes, he's pretty much the same as every other grub, except, and this is the same exact one that was in the advent calendar, except that this time he has green eyes. This one right here is the advent calendar grub. This is the regular one. It's got all the same articulation at the hips, arms, legs, and at the neck. There's a very, very tiny ball joint, but I've never really cared about grub, but it's cool to have just an extra thing. He does have a flocked torso, which is, always appreciated. As far as the boombox goes, it was kind of tough for me to figure out how to open, but you actually have to push it down, like on this side, before it opens. And inside you can store a Roach and Son vodka, so that's pretty cool. It's the same design and shape as the one that, or like the bottle that came with Cousin Eddie, just a different label. This is a martini glass. I don't know if they're all like this, but it looks like the martini is kind of tilted a little bit to the side, so I don't know if I'm super happy about that, but it still looks pretty good. And this is, of course, his pea shooter. It has two holes. It looks like you could probably put some blast effects from other figures in there, but they've had different versions of the pea shooter. Oh man, I'm barely holding on to this thing. Pea shooter in other Gomez figures in the past, and so it's just a different color. I really do like this foam cutout in here, and you can just close it up, and then it looks just like the packaging of the advent calendar. And this is the first boombox that I've gotten from Mezco, so this is actually really cool. Pretty detailed. The red goes all the way around, black buttons on the top. The handle can fold back all the way down like that, and you just pull it back up just like that, and you can like throw it on his shoulder or something if you wish. Now, to just give a quick sample of his hands, it comes in this one clear kind of, I don't know, it's its own tray, but for all his unique hands. And it looks like, well, now I was gonna say this one side's left hand, one side's the right hand, but it's pretty kind of, it's just all over the place, but it's just the standard variation of hands that you would get with any other Gomez figure. And yeah, it looks like the skulls also have the same hands too. So if you've got any of those figures, it's all the same. So Gomez does come with a couple weapons. This is just, I guess, his katana, except in a Christmas red and green, and it actually fits into the sheath really well. Because of this curve, it kind of just clicks in and it doesn't fall out. And I also like this clip here. It doesn't come off when you pull on it, but you actually have to use the buckle. Now, if it's on the figure, it might get a little bit annoying trying to pull him off, but actually, let's see how this looks on the actual figure itself. Oh, see, yep, there it is. It's but the idea is to kind of just go diagonally, just like that, and it looks pretty good. I could probably figure out a way to tighten this up somehow, but I don't know. I mean, loose fitting, but I do think it looks appropriate. He also does come with two other weapons. One's just a standard pan and one's a spatula, which are really cool because they actually pair really well with this cloth accessory, I guess. It says Kiss the Roach, but it's an apron that, you know, he can go put it on and hold the pan and the spatula. I thought that was actually really clever. I thought that's probably one of my favorite soft good items that I've seen in quite some time. And he also comes with this puffer jacket here. Now, I know a lot of people have been having problems getting the arms through, and basically what I've heard is you might want to use a pencil or a pen to straighten the arms out before you try to put it on. I'm going to try to throw it on at the end of the video, so I guess you guys can stick around, or at least, you know, I'll have a video of what it looks like with the jacket on so you guys know what it looks like. And you have a trapper hat, or I think that's what it's called, a trapper hat, and it just fits over his head. It does have these two holes. I don't know if you guys can see them very well, but I'll also have pictures of that at the end so you guys know how this fits. And finally, we have an alternate head. Now, the significance of this head is that it has glow-up eyes, and let me turn the light off here so you guys can see, but it looks pretty good, right? And the cool thing is, this time Mezco put a button that you just have to press once. You don't have to hold it down and it stays on, whereas in the old Gomez heads you had to hold the button down, which is just really obnoxious and honestly quite ridiculous. And just like other Mezco figures, he comes with a base. Now, this one's probably the nicest one that I think Mezco's ever made because the print is a lot thicker and it's almost textured. It's like a really premium level of spot varnish, I guess you could call it, but I think it's really, really nice. It's very decorative. It's a lot more colorful and animated in a way than the other bases that they've made in the past, so I'm really appreciative of that. And of course, you can always pop that out and put the flight stand in there to give it more dynamic poses. So I kind of put Gomez into a bit of a more dynamic pose with the Kiss the Roach apron as well as the kitchen weapons. Now, this next portion does have spoilers, so I was gonna reveal the gifts that Gomez and Grub gave to each other. So if you do not want those spoilers, skip ahead like 30 seconds, but you've been warned. Now, this one says for Gomez, if you open it up, it is a hoverboard, and it's a really cool one actually. I mean, granted, this is my first Gomez figure ever, but it has this nice Winter Wonderland kind of print on the top, and on the bottom it has red and green as well as, like, I guess jets or whatever to make it hover, and it's also magnetic, so it actually sticks to the foot. Now, of course, you know, it'll stick best if you have both, but a very, very cool feature. And the gift that Gomez gave to Grub, if you open it up, is a Grub-sized sword. At first I thought this might be like a chili pepper or something, but this does fit into Grub's hand, and you just kind of stick it in like that. And again, not a huge Grub fan or anything like that, but it is still a nice little feature. So just for a quick height comparison, this is what Gomez looks like next to the other holiday themed character for this year. This is Cousin Eddie on the right, and I believe they use the same exact bodies, so that's probably why they look so similar, but they look really, really good together because they're both in festive attire. I really, really appreciate that. And just for quick reference, this is Gomez with the advent calendar head. just for anyone that was wondering what it looked like. The brown neck still shows through. It would have been nice if this came with a shiny metallic green neck as well, just so it looks more appropriate. But I mean, you know, for most angles you're really never gonna see it, but this is what it looks like for those wondering. So overall, I think this retailed for $90. I think it's actually a pretty decent value. This is my first Gomez figure and my second Rumble Society figure after the Cousin Eddie that I purchased this year, and honestly I'm probably gonna buy a lot more of these. These are really great figures. I love the sweater, I love the puffer jacket, I love that apron that says Kiss the Roach, and the accessories. The weapons are really cool. The boom box is a really nice addition. I really like the fact that the head has a light up eyes that, you know, you don't have to hold the button down. The grub is a little bit disappointing because I've never cared about grub, but everything else kind of makes up for that, so that's really great. I love the articulation on this figure, probably the best articulation that I've gotten on any Mezco figure. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys gonna pick this guy up? He's still available on the Mezco website as of this video, so you know, be sure to check it out if you guys are really interested, and be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Again, comment down below to let me know what you think. Subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Thanks guys, bye.